Yeah, thank you very much. So today we'll be going over Blueprints Unleashed, MuleSoft Composer's core, exploring the core mechanics. And so what you've seen kind of throughout your entire Dreamforce journey is our forward-looking statement, just whatever you see today, don't make any purchasing decisions on anything we say or anything that happens. And then kind of moving forward.
It's a little slow.
Yeah.
Hello,
And
everyone. My name is Nadina Lisbon. I'm a CRM Enterprise Architect at NetApp. I'm a Salesforce Certified Technical Architect, a MuleSoft Ambassador, Well-Architected Ambassador, and go ahead, Justin, Salesforce MVP.
And I'm Justin Lisbon, far less accolades. I'm a Salesforce Technical Architect with Vacasa and a MuleSoft community member.
And before we get started, I know a few of you went to the admin keynote. Did you see MuleSoft Composer demoed at the keynote? Do we know about MuleSoft Composer? A little bit. Okay. Who here has played with MuleSoft Composer? Don't all answer at once. No worries. We're about to take you through a journey, so buckle up and get ready.
All right, so what we're going to go over today is an overview of MuleSoft Composer, just kind of what it is, what it can do, why it's beneficial to you, the mechanics of MuleSoft Composer, and then kind of tying that in to the well-architected framework that you've kind of heard about and seen probably through your Dreamforce journey today, and then next steps to kind of continue learning about MuleSoft Composer and MuleSoft to kind of take it further and implement it on your own. And then kind of an overview of MuleSoft Composer. The best way to kind of explain it at a high level is, as an admin, you've probably used flows a lot and visual flows, and you're used to that UI of kind of just drag and drop and configuration. That's very easy, it's intuitive. It's the exact same thing with MuleSoft Composer. It's a visual kind of programming to build your integrations very quickly and efficiently, the same way you do with your flows in Salesforce. And so a good way to think about it is flows in Salesforce are kind of your workhorse for automations and processing your data within Salesforce. And so MuleSoft Composer is basically the same thing. It's your workhorse for your integrations, getting data in and out of Salesforce, exact same thing. And so now that we kind of know an overview, really high level, what Composer is, why should we use Composer? And so what we were talking about before is with flows, it's very easy to use, it's very configurable, you can get it to do what you want without really having to involve developers, involve IT. It's there to be configured and easy to use out of the box. And kind of to go along with that, there's pre-built connectors to over 20 different highly used applications. So a lot of the ones we use all day, every day, it's got the connectors ready to go. You can just connect it, get data flowing in and out of both of those systems or many of your systems, and you're just moving along very quickly. And so another thing is when you're implementing things, you might implement something and maybe 6 months down the line, it doesn't work as good as you thought it should, and it starts failing, you've got other issues. MuleSoft Composer out of the box scales, and it's working to scale no matter how big or small your solution or what you've implemented. It's scaling to ensure that something doesn't fail on a Friday when you're trying to leave work. That's not going to be a thing. And so not only on top of, is it just easy to use, it's configurable, it's extensible, you can use it and extend it further. So if you have something that's very custom, that's not one of the connectors, maybe you have a homegrown solution that your company's built, it can be configured at a much deeper level to integrate with really whatever you want to. So you can configure it to something that's very custom that they won't be able to provide a connector, but you can build your own connector and kind of make it work for your solution. And so another thing we're always looking for is quality assurance. We want to make sure whatever we're building, whatever we're putting in production, we're testing it. We know it works, and we'll ensure that we've made it work before we put it in production and have it blow up. So they've built a testing framework inside of Composer to run your tests before you deploy that to production to ensure that you're delivering something that's not going to blow up. And so another thing is it's cost effective. You don't have to put developer resources, you don't have to involve IT, you don't have to get larger teams involved to do something that should be simple, but before you had to involve a lot of development resources, IT. Here, you can have your admins do it. You can have your citizen developers, people power users. you can have them do this configuration, test it, and then get it deployed. And it's very cost effective because you can do it in a small amount of time with a low amount of resources. So it's very beneficial. So now that we've kind of talked very high level of MuleSoft Composer, what it is, what it can do for you, let's take like a small peek under the hood of how it's really working. And so one of those things is MuleSoft Composer is built on the Anypoint platform. And so just really high level, we have in the Anypoint platform, you have a control plane, which are generally the things that you're going to visually see. So the Anypoint Design Center, the Anypoint Exchange, and the Anypoint Management Center. And then under kind of the deeper level, the things that are really processing your data, they're doing your integrations, they're doing all of the big heavy lifting, we have the runtime, which is the Mule, and then we have the scale, which is the runtime services. So that's the thing that's scaling as you need it, when you need it, and then scaling back down when you don't need that. So as you're growing something happened that's going to take a lot of resources, it's scaling as you need it, and then it'll scale back down when you don't need it, so you don't have to worry about those things breaking in production when they should be, you need them at the most. And so now that we've kind of talked about what is powering MuleSoft Composer, what we kind of expect from MuleSoft Composer, why don't we kind of tie that into the well-architected framework that we've kind of been talking about, and how does that go along with the well-architected framework? Nidina, take it away.
Thank you, Justin. But before we get into that, I just want to go a little bit deeper so that we can get a true understanding of what is powering MuleSoft Composer. But first, I wanted to start with this quote. So as we were working on this presentation, we talked to several people to really understand the power of Composer. And one of those people were Ashley Simmons, who is a product management director at MuleSoft. You might have seen her on the stage last year. And what she really said really encompassed what MuleSoft Composer is, which is it's a part of the power of MuleSoft Composer is that it lives on top of Anypoint platform. So when you press activate, your flow is deployed to Cloud Hub 2.0, which means that you don't need to worry about managing it further. You don't have to worry about managing anything when it comes to MuleSoft Composer. And so as we go down into it, let's just talk a little bit more. So Justin talked about the control plane, and he talked about the runtime plane. So from a control plane perspective, it's the design, the development, and management tool of the APIs for Mule apps, including Design Center. Then we have our runtime plane, which is the operational environment where your APIs and your Mule apps are going to be deployed and accessed, featuring the Mule server and support services. But if we click in one more time, and before we get into that, I just wanted to have one more quote, and this is from an amazing instructor at MuleSoft, James Park, and he talks about the Mule runtime engine, which is the heart and soul of the Anypoint platform. And so as we click in, what you now see is a visualization of the Cloud Hub architecture. This is where the magic is happening. And Cloud Hub 2.0 is fully managed, containerized, and integration platform as a service, and iPaaS. So really when we talk about Cloud Hub 2.0, we want to first talk about the integrated apps right here. And these integrated apps are really where we're going to be powering our apps in our applications. Then we have the runtime manager, and this is our interface that we're using when we're running our APIs, deploying, monitoring, and integrating. And then we have, here we go, our platform services. This is where we're sharing that Cloud Hub 2.0 platform. And then finally, Cloud Hub 2.0 itself, which is our elastic cloud of replication. Now I know that was a lot. We're not going to go any deeper, but I wanted you all to get a really full power of where MuleSoft Composer lives and how it's being powered by the Anypoint platform, because it's a really powerful tool when it comes to MuleSoft Composer. And these are things that we don't have to think about every day. This is all handled for us under the hood. And so as we're talking about what is powering MuleSoft Composer, I want to talk about all the core components. So we talked about the Mule runtime engine, which is the heart and soul of any point platform, but we also have connectors, and I like to think of those as a Swiss Army knife for integrations. MuleSoft, as you saw in the earlier slides, has 29 plus integration applications, but it also has a HTTP connector, which means for those applications that you haven't been able to connect yet, you can use that connector to do those applications. But things like Salesforce, NetSuite, Workday, out-of-the-box, pre-configured connectors that you can drag and drop and make your connections seamlessly. And I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the libraries, which are ready-to-use code snippets to expedite your projects. And they allow you to have your data transformations or your validations. With these Composer pre-built libraries, it has you covered. Then we have our designer, which is your digital canvas. And this is where you're doing your integrations. Just like how you have the flow canvas, you're doing your drag and your drop. And then finally, the runtime manager, which is controlling all your Mule applications, deploying, monitoring, managing, and every aspect of your integration landscape. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit. So we talked about what was under the hood. We got really deep, really fast into the Cloud Hub architecture. But let's talk about how MuleSoft Composer is from building trust, ease, and adaptability. So we've heard a lot of the Salesforce well-architected framework, and I wanted to show it again because this is truly the framework that architects are thinking about, and where does MuleSoft Composer fit into this? Now, Composer can be a part of different solutions that you're having, but what we wanted to do is really see how is MuleSoft Composer trusted, how is it easy, and how is it adaptable? And so when it comes to building trust and security, MuleSoft Composer is an integral part of the Salesforce ecosystem. And because it's an integral part of the Salesforce ecosystem, we get to inherit the things that Salesforce already naturally has out of the box. Data encryption, so we're safeguarding our sensitive data, or role-based access, who gets access, modifying and managing specific data streams and APIs, and then auditing and monitoring. So all those benefits of logging your capabilities, the audit history that we have in Salesforce, we can get all of that with our MuleSoft Composer flows and not have to worry. And then achieving ease of use and operational excellence. So MuleSoft Composer is low-code, drag and drop interface, and again, designed to make your life easier. So what does that really mean? You have quick development from accelerating your design, development, and deployment of your integrations. It's user-friendly, so whether you have citizen developers, whether you have business users who have a specific case, they're able to go in there and create those pre-configured applications and really have those business scenarios. And then we have operational excellence. Because we're streamlining workflows, it allows for us to have quicker time to market. And then cultivating adaptability and scalability. So MuleSoft Composer is going to evolve as you evolve. It has a scalable architecture. So today you might have one business use case. Maybe it's just Salesforce to NetSuite. But as you're making changes, as you're making those workflows more mature, you can start adding in other applications into the landscape. And if for some reason you need more power, say any point platform fully blown, you can pull those flows into any point platform. Then it has the custom connectors, so you can add your own connectors and libraries to really fit your business use case, and it's flexible in design. So adaptable architecture, you can tailor-make your solution and make it future-proof investment. And so with that, that was our successful journey. We had an overview of MuleSoft Composer, talking about the essence of Composer and why to choose Composer. We had the mechanics of MuleSoft Composer and what's powering it and its core components. And then we talk about it from a well-architectured perspective, how it's trusted, easy, and adaptable. So from a next steps perspective, be sure to join the MuleSoft Composer community on Trailhead and get started with MuleSoft Composer. So we're going to post this session in that Trailhead group so that we can continue the conversation. So as you have questions that come up or you're thinking about using MuleSoft Composer, we can collaborate over there. And for those who want to go further and deeper into your reading, we have information on Salesforce Well Architected, getting to know MuleSoft Composer, the connectors, talking about the Anypoint platform and really going deep on Cloud Hub 2.0 that's what you want to do. And so please ensure to fill out the survey. If you have any feedback for us, good or bad, we want to hear it. You have a chance to win one of 15 passes at Dreamforce. And if you have any questions, we'll be on the side. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for watching. We would love to get your opinion on this content, so please leave us some feedback on the comments section below. If you did like this content, give that like button a tap. And of course, if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the Salesforce Admin's YouTube channel. If you want to learn more about being a Salesforce admin in general, head on over to admin.salesforce.com. Thanks again.